association. It is an association of individuals and corporates with a connection to the UK, and the all the members who are there in Ibsa, they have benefited from an education, training, or have worked in the UK. We in Ibsa seek to promote the enduring relationship between India and UK through education, arts, culture, science, and technology, business, and entrepreneurship. IBSA also supports social causes and provides scholarships to deserving students for courses at the British Council. As Ritustri already mentioned to you, IBSA had been inaugurated by Sir John Major, Prime Minister of Great Britain, on 8th January 1997 during his visit to Kolkata for the Indo-British Partnership Summit. So, under the leadership of Rajiv, who's the immediate past president, he conceived this idea of a Silver Jubilee celebration. And based on his conception, we launched the Silver Jubilee celebration in January 2022. And under his leadership, we had a very eventful and successful celebration. He will take you all through the activities that we did in the Silver Jubilee celebration. A Silver Jubilee committee was formed at that time under the chairmanship of late Dr. J.J. Irani, KBE, erstwhile president of CII and managing director of Tata Steel. We kicked off the Silver Jubilee celebration on 18th January 2022 with a virtual inaugural session, where the inaugural address was given by His Excellency Mr. Alex Ellis, the British High Commissioner. We were also addressed by other distinguished speakers like late Dr. J.J. Irani, Chairman of our Silver Jubilee Celebration Committee, Mr. T.V. Narendran, Managing Director of Tata Steel, Barbara Wickham, Director, British Council India, and R. Mukundan, who is the Managing Director of Tata Chemicals. During the one-year Silver Jubilee, as I mentioned, we had a number of exciting programs, and Rajiv will take you through it through a formal presentation. On the occasion of the closing ceremony, we have as our chief guest Lord Karan Vilomoria, life peer in the House of Lords, who is also the Chancellor of the Birmingham University. He will address us virtually, and we'll have it shortly. He was the immediate, Lord Karan Vilomoria was the immediate past president of the Confederation of British Industries, and he's also the founder of the global beer brand Cobra. I'd like to share an interesting anecdote on Lord Vilomoria. He was the vice president of the Cambridge Union and led the debating team against Oxford for 2 years, I think 1986 or 88. So that's about Lord Karan Vilomoria, whom you'll all hear very soon. With his deep roots and early upbringing in India, Lord Karan epitomizes the living bridge between India and UK, which we as IBSA try to promote. We have two guests of honors who are physically present with us. First, Mr. Sanjeev Bajaj, President of CII and Chairman of Managing Director of Bajaj Finserv Limited, and Her Excellency Christina Scott, Acting British High Commissioner to India. Talking about Mr. Bajaj, I'd like to share some not anecdotes, some facts about him. Mr. Bajaj, who is the Chairman and Managing Director of Bajaj Finserv, which is the holding company of Bajaj Finance Limited, Bajaj Allianz General Insurance, Bajaj Allianz Life Insurance. Mr. Bajaj took over the financial services company in the Bajaj Group in 2018, and he, in a very short span of 14 years, steered Bajaj Finance to become the largest NBFC in India, with a market capitalization of 3.5 lakh crores. And I'd like to share another figure which I mentioned to Mr. Bajaj, that there is a tracking done that in 2008 the market capitalization of Bajaj Finance was just 48 million US dollars, and today in 2023 it is 43.36 billion. And so I told him also that this is in the financial service market. This is one of the most well-kept secrets. One doesn't, many people wouldn't be able to tell you that they are the largest NBFC in India. So welcome, Mr. Bajaj. We're very happy and proud to have you. We'd also like to thank CII for supporting us and jointly holding many programs along with us over the last 2 years. And we hope to continue this joint partnership. Our next guest of honor, Christina Scott, is the Acting High Commissioner to India. Prior to this assignment, she was the Deputy Ambassador of Britain to China. And before her China assignment, she had been the governor of Anguilla. Do I pronounce it right? Anguilla, which is the British Overseas Territory in East Caribbean. She was the first woman to hold that position. Interestingly, which I didn't realize, she was also the private secretary to the Prime Minister of UK in 2006 to 2009. So she has a very illustrious career, and we are very happy to have her here as a guest. We shall also be having Alison Barrett, MBE Country Director, British Council India, on a virtual mode, addressing the gathering today. She will be the fourth speaker. She has lived and worked in Asia since 1997, and especially she has worked for more than 20 years in India. The last position she held prior to the current Country Director position of British Council India was as the Regional Business Director, Cultural Engagement, East Asia, based out of Thailand. Today, as part of our closing ceremony, we are also celebrating our Founders' Day, which is an annual event celebrated in January in remembrance and celebration of our Foundation Day in January 1997. As a part of our Foundation Day and also the closing ceremony of the Silver Jubilee celebration, we are today specially recognizing and felicitating our past presidents whose vision and leadership helped Ibsa to grow and become what we are today. So we shall now proceed with our closing ceremony with Rajiv's presentation on the activities of the Silver Jubilee, and I welcome you again. And thank you for being here.
Welcome, Excellency High Commissioner or Acting High Commissioner. Maybe that slip should perhaps expedite things, hopefully. My dear friend and President of CII, Sanjeev Bajaj, former presidents of Ibsa, CII, my very dear friend and big supporter of Ibsa, Deputy High Commissioner Nick Lowe. We are missing Debanjan. I don't know if you met him, Debanjan Chakrabarti, who's the director in Calcutta for East and Northeast of British Council, and friends, past presidents, members. Not enough lady members are here today. That's the comment I got from the Acting High Commissioner. But I think we do have about 15 or 20% leadership. Oh, possibly. You need more, yeah. I think that's the point she was trying to get across to me as well. But may I, on my own behalf, also add on to Shubroto's warm welcome to all our members and friends this evening. Uh, we've already spoken about uh, the late Dr. Jamshid Irani. He was Ibsa's only honorary KVE. He was also a Padma Bhushan. He was a brilliant leader, captain of Indian industry, captain of CII. He chaired many education institutions, and we dearly miss him. He had very kindly agreed to become the chair of our Silver Jubilee celebrations. He said, Rajiv, I'll do it only for 1 year and you must not trouble me. And we would have troubled him today, but he is not with us. But we shall remember him, and his spirit shall be a guiding force, I think, to Ibsa for us in perpetuity. We were born in January 1997, and Sanjeev, it was on the sidelines of the CII Partnership Summit. We had Prime Minister John Major there. We have two of our former presidents over here, one who's sitting and giving me a big smile, and sitting next to a very charming young lady. So is the smile because of her or because of you being next to John Major? I'm not sure, but perhaps both. Perhaps both. Well, it's lovely to all your efforts. I hope you appreciate all how it's grown and the foundation how you laid, and step by step, president by president, so many of the past presidents who are with us today have taken Ibsa to greater heights. We have pictorially some of our former presidents. Christina, we have a lady former president with us. We've had more than one, but may I request Nentara to take a bow, stand up. Christina, that's a former president. She's a leading industrialist of Eastern India. She is also the leader of LSE in SWAS on an all India basis. So it's lovely to have her, and she's the one who bullied me into joining Ibsa. So thank you for being with us today. We have also many patrons, many of whom are with us also today, and we have corporate patrons also. That's a thing that we began. So we have, people like Tata Steel, Apollo, ITC, Unilevers, Hindustan Unilevers, Kirloskars. Shubhota, I don't see Bajaj Group there, do I? Okay. So we'll wait till your 50 billion US dollar market cap, and then we'll target you. Perhaps that may be another few months. But the Silver Jubilee celebrations was a very eventful year. We had 30 major events, 50 key speakers, and over 2,000 participants over the year. And we had them both in India and overseas. This is, Christina, I don't know if you've ever eaten at the Darjeeling Express in London. It's in, not Chelsea, what's it called? Covent Gardens. It was Covent Gardens, but after the pandemic, I think something went wrong with the lease, and so she's now just moved. But she began as a pop-up stall selling kati rolls and things, and she did brilliantly well. People sort of financed her, and she built this marvelous place, and she's got many awards. And actually, standing next to her is our patron, who actually runs a college in London, a catering and chef college. He unfortunately is not with us today, but he hosted this event, which was followed by actually several hundred people, and it was a wonderful thing. We also made a video and celebrated International Women's Day. We put it on social media, and it was very well covered. Talking of women, our women members, they put up a tremendous show, and we had a networking reception courtesy the British Council also that evening on dynamic women entrepreneurs. And we have the father of one of them sitting over here, Sanjay Budia, whose daughter is done brilliantly and doing brilliantly. And I have the pleasure of standing next to her there. And Husna, who chairs our, what is it, Hospitality Council. She's not with us today. She is also another outstanding entrepreneur. And with her, and of course, we have Ritika, who's based in Delhi, and I'm sure you met her, Christina. This is, I think, we talked about we're doing various programs with people overseas. So Professor Alice Gast, who was then the president of Imperial College, along with Simon Hepworth and Sunil Munjal, who's a former president of CII, and he also chairs CII's Council on Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So it was a wonderful hour and a half virtual discussion. This program, which we had on the sidelines of the World Environment Day, it was actively supported by Nick and his colleagues, and also by the World Environment Society. And we had, I think, something like 600 students participating from 115 cities of India. And I think that is something which has really given us a lot of coverage with schools, and that is something which we are now going to institutionalize going in the years ahead, because it truly turned out to be far beyond the expectations of the Deputy High Commission and also Ibsa. And Nick, I'd really like to thank you and all your colleagues. Yemi was a big help. You I think in England that time, but Yemi was a big help in ensuring its promotion and success. And together, we've delivered a lot. Whether it's with you or whether it's with the British Council, we value our partnership with the UK. Going forward, we took for the first time ever in the history of Ibsa a scholars delegation to the UK. We had wonderful meetings. We had with the Confederation of British Industry. We had one in Parliament with Lord Karan Bilimoria. We went to the new campus of White City at Imperial College. We went to Oxford, and we saw the labs where the AstraZeneca vaccine was developed. And the person who developed is Sir Adrian. Yeah. So Adrian is standing in the middle, and that lady behind him was his number two, and both of them were the team leaders. And of course, now they've been knighted since because of this wonderful vaccine that they developed. And India, of course, is now, I think, done almost 3 billion jabs worldwide of the vaccine made in India. That's another area of, I think, perhaps the highest level of collaboration that UK and India achieved. And we were so happy and proud to see the lab where it was developed. And we were expecting something big and fancy. There's just labs like you have in Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial, any good college. But it was wonderful, the work that they had done. Well, we also went to Birmingham University, where Lord Karan Bilimoria is the Chancellor. And we also went to the NPTC group of colleges. Now, NPTC is a skills college in Wales. It's the biggest in the UK. And what I'm very happy to report is subsequently they came here, we've signed an agreement with them, and we've already got them to work with, I think, two universities in India. So we are also promoting UK universities in India and helping them as being a good catalyst in making this go forward. We've done the same with Birmingham University. And Shubrata Paul, in the last 1 month, has signed 2 MOUs with these colleges, as we'll see, because this is still Birmingham, and This is the Progression in a Gendered World, which is another program we did with, I don't think Radhika Singh is with us, but Radhika organized this program. Have you ever met her, Alison? She's heads the British Council, some vertical on globally. She heads that vertical, but based in out of Kolkata. We had Agaboni on the sidelines or just before pujas, Durga Puja, which is a big festival here. And I think Nick was there. Yes, there you are, Nick. I knew you were there. I was not there. I was in London those days, but very, very nice over there. Have you noticed that, Christina? They're in that lovely red outfit, which Vitashri is. It's not the same outfit, Vitashri, but the red is the same. This is the MOU signing with Birmingham University, where the Vice Chancellor had come, and some of our members, some of their professors, and our President Chubrata Paul signed it. And the next one is the signing with NPTC group of colleges, with some of our members in Kolkata. We then had a very special evening with the lady who Shubrata, me and Saptashri met in Parliament in London during our trip, where a lady called Dr. Priya Virmani, and she is an author, a speaker, and we had a really exquisite program. It was thought-provoking, it was very distinctive, and we had that at the lovely Tullygunge Club. And I think Priya did walk in a bit late, so thank you very much, Priya. Subsequently, we had a lovely annual dinner at the Bengal Club, and our partners, the Bengal Heritage Foundation in London, they also hosted another annual networking dinner, again at Bengal Club. And then we had this annual cricket match at Eden Gardens, which is in the next slide. Thank you. This is the Indo-British Heritage Cup, and we see the High Commissioner, who unfortunately is in London today. We wish him well. We wish him and his family well, and we are grateful you are with us, Christina. It was a very close match, and incidentally, High Commissioner, I think, was the top scorer. Is that right? 25 not out. He had to, the rule is if you score 25 and you're not out, you have to leave. We believe in equity, so others get a chance to bat. So he did very well, and almost beat Ibsa and our partners. Last year we had a bit more of an advantage. I think third year we might lose. Yeah? This is the second cup. And it was at the Eden Gardens.
I'm sensing you're the real diplomats in this. You let him win, I think.
Well, friends, I think that's kind of bringing me to the end of this. No, we do have some social welfare activities, and that's really something we value. Again, we do a lot of it in partnership with the British Council. We help people to improve their English speaking skills. And what we've done, courtesy one of our past presidents who's there, Dr. Sandeep Chatterjee, we have analyzed this recognition of Kolkata police service sergeants. During the puja, they maintain discipline. They work something like 14-15 hours a day continuously. And then some of them are chosen as part of the scholarship program of the British Council, Ibsa, and the Kolkata Police, where some of the sergeants are sent for special training program to improve their English skills. And of course, we regularly, for the needy students, none of these three are the needy students, incidentally, but we do give that little check in between, which helps sort of aid this, the funding for this teaching program that British Council has. And we had made a commitment that we would do 100 scholarships within this celebrations. And we've done 91. But to finish this, may I request Nick on behalf of the British Council, along with Ajri and Roshan, are they there? Nick, please. Shubhrata Paul, can I request you to complete our commitment of 100 scholarships by giving the last check? Yeah, I know Roshan is there also. Roshan's photograph is already there. Why didn't you come that day? See, otherwise your photograph would have been there. A big hand to Nick and the British Council please for helping Ibsa to achieve this milestone, and we are happy that we could make a small contribution to Ibsa, and I'm sure you'll give that to Devanjan. We miss him. Thank you, Roshan. Thank you, Atri, and thank you, Nick. I think, friends, with this, this is really the last slide, and we shall remain the living bridge, and we shall keep promoting two-way knowledge and sustainable progress between our respective countries. Thank you very much. Thank you for being with us, and we're going to have few more addresses, and we